Captain Ollie. Wow, nice picture.
What memories does that beautiful image bring back for you?
Yeah, great. Obviously, I was 13 years between the two Ryder Cups that I got in, so it was a long time to kind of wait to get another chance to have a go at it. He was a great captain. He's a very emotional guy, as you know. And that week, I don't think I've ever cried so much as an adult as I did that week at night. The speeches that he made, and man, you're just kind of grabbing the Kleenex every 2 minutes, trying to kind of wipe away the tears. But he was absolutely amazing. And to be 10-6 behind, away from home against a team that were playing so well, putting so well, the Americans, to come back and win on that last day, I'm not so sure that'll ever be beaten, you know. So the memories of that are still very fresh, actually. I'm not great at remembering things that happen in golf, but you'll never forget that day.
For many people, especially Europeans, that is the greatest Ryder Cup in history. What does it mean to you to have been a part of that?
Yeah, I kind of, obviously I played in '99 and I was close to getting in the next one, which was actually 2002 because of what happened, but didn't get in. There was another couple that I had a chance to get in, so I had not given up, but my golf was struggling a bit about 2010. And then I set my stall out. It was right after Wales. I did TV for Sky in Wales, and they were brilliant to me and they treated me really well. But I worked out pretty quickly that week that wasn't for me, that the TV side of it and commentating, and that's not what I was going to be doing. So my only other option was to knuckle down, get back in the gym, get back on the range, start working a bit harder. Because if I was going to be, my living was going to be talking about it, I could see that a future. So in one way, the Sky stint that I did in Wales was great for me because it kicked me on again as a golfer. And Adam obviously was ill at the time, Hunter, and he kind of had a big chat to me and kind of laid it on the line that, man, you're out of shape, you're not, the scores are not great, you're obviously not practicing, you're not working hard enough, you need to knuckle down and you need to be talking, you need to be playing in it, not talking about it, is what he said. So to get in that team was huge for me. I don't remember the number that I was when the campaign started to get in the team, but I was easily outside top 400 in the world. So to end up getting in the team 2 years later and be 26, I think, in the world at the time was huge.
Take us into that team room, because you've mentioned the emotion. Obviously, Ollie, Seve was with you the whole week in everything, in the imagery, in the speeches. How special was it to do it in his memory, and how much did that bind you all together? Yeah,
well, it was different because '99, the team, there was Jesper Parnevik, I think, played a little bit in America, but the core of the team were still European based and European players, whereas 2012, at least half the team lived in America and played all their golf out there. So even though I knew the players, I hadn't played a lot with them because my campaign was set around the European Tour and qualifying from that. So I hadn't played with a lot of them for a few years. So it was a wee bit odd the first sort of day or so, but then very quickly, Poulter, Westwood, all the characters, and Sergio, they kind of rally around and they make sure that you're part of the team and they make sure that you're part of, what's going on. And Jose, again, at night, speaking to all the players, chatting to all the players. Vice captains were great as well. You kind of get assigned a vice captain for the week, and I spent a lot of time with Clarkie that week, who I've spent a lot of time with and I get on great with, so he was the guy that I was asking stuff to. And Medinah was mind-blowing how good it was.
You beat Brandt Snedeker pretty convincingly in the singles in the end. What are your recollections of that match?
I had played well, teed the green the first two matches, but had putted very poorly. I think Nicholas Colsaerts and I outplayed Dustin Johnson and Matt Kuchar, but lost. So I was on the putting green on the Saturday night before the singles, and Clarkie came out, Darren, and what's going on? I watched a bit of your golf today. You looked as though you hit it nicely. I said, I just can't get the ball in the hole. And he said, let me have a look. And he picked up on that. I've always had a very long stroke. And he said that it's just a little longer than normal. You're just decelling a wee bit. I think you should try and shorten it. I think that would help you. So straight away, I spent the next 40 minutes kind of working on that, and straight away I could tell, wow, I'm going to hole some putts tomorrow. So they called me in because the singles thing, they were talking about the singles order, and I'm the only one out there putting. and Clarkie says, what you thinking, what you feeling? And I said, I'm going to play great tomorrow, I just know it. Sometimes you just get a feeling. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a person that shouts about stuff, but I just see myself playing good in the morning. So then they had the team meeting, and Clarkie said, I think Chippy should play early. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? We're 4 points behind, don't you help for me, you are early. So he put me out number 5, and you just think, wow. And again, I was 6 under for 15 holes. I played great, putted lovely, and obviously the rest is history. But that day, it's probably the most fun I've ever had playing golf.
What did it feel like out on the course as you could see the momentum changing, the blue on the board, and you started to realise it could happen? Yeah,
well, I was out number 5, and I think we all won, the first 5 players all won. But I think when Justin holed that putt at 17, I think was the big, for me, I was out there at the time, it was the big turning point, I think, when that happened. And then obviously Poulter did what he does in Ryder Cup and won his point. You could see it, you could definitely see it happening. And the whole mood around the place changed completely. And Jose said that. He said, as soon as we get back level and if we can get ahead with a few games to go, the mood will change, the crowd will start disappearing. And, it's up to the players then to bring it home later on in the field, which is exactly what happened. I mean, because guys like Jose, they've had so much experience at these things. They've seen it all in Ryder Cup. They know exactly how it's going to unfold and the momentum and how important that is. So, I mean, to be a part of that was great.
And just finally, post-round, what was it like? Because you've achieved this incredible feat. I'm sure a good time was had, but also probably some very poignant moments as well.
Well, it's funny because you obviously you play around and you have your normal snacks when you're playing your golf to keep you going, but then you don't have much food, for the day. And it's quite a long day because you have 12 matches and they don't start till afternoon. So I hadn't had much food, and then you come off and they're giving you champagne and beer and everyone's drunk straight away. Everyone's drunk within an hour. And the press conference, I mean, Westwood was crawling about behind everyone in his hands and knees, and he's getting shouted at by the captain, get on your chair. And I was sitting next to Graham McDowell, and he was gone. I mean, you just think. And I had quite a few glasses, I had quite a few beers. Marion rushed to get me some pasta and get some food in me because I was going away to go. And you just think it's not good that you're doing the press conference and you're in a bit of a state. But that kind of adds to the whole thing. I don't know what they're expecting, because you've not had much food, and then they give you all the champagne to spray off everybody. You're going to drink a bit of it. So, I mean, it was great fun, and everyone's involved in it, and they go back to the team meeting, and you have a huge party, and honestly, it's phenomenal, the Ryder Cup. It really is. It's one of the special tournaments that we have.